welcome to another episode of British Candy Authority. I'm whoever the hell I am this week. So I'm trying to get back into the swing of doing this thing regularly, and I'm hoping, really hoping, that I can record this and then upload it maybe less than 3 months after I recorded it, because that last one was like just after Easter. I'm a terrible person. But I am back with another episode, because that's how I roll. This is the worst. This is a really bad. I'm just going to jump straight into the candy. This week it's a cereal bar, technically. It is Cocoa Puffs Treats. So I actually found this in my local 7-Eleven this morning and bought 2 of them and legitimately had one for breakfast. So I do already have prior experience with this now because I couldn't resist, and I nearly ate this one earlier today. But don't let that be a hallmark of whether or not it's a good candy, because I will, as evidenced by this very show, literally put shit in my face. I will literally take, and I don't care if you don't like it, I will take any excuse, any opportunity I can to insult America's #1 candy, because it is toilet candy. But this is Cocoa Puffs. Now, I did mention Cocoa Puffs in the previous episode because we do have them in the UK, but they're just called Nesquik cereal because we don't have an imagination in the UK. We have to import our imagination from places like Canada. This is a Cocoa Puffs treat. It is Cocoa Puffs with chocolate chips and melted chocolate both underneath and on top. I don't emotionally know if I can cope with all of what this is promising. When I was a kid in the UK, there's another cereal bar that we used to have. There's a type of cereal in the UK called Wheatos, and they can perhaps be broadly described as the illegitimate love child of Cocoa Puffs and Cheerios. They're round hoops, they're chocolate, they're very dry and coarse, but they are also delicious. So you accept that you are going to basically shred the roof of your mouth in exchange for deliciousness. And it's the same with in the bar form. The bar form, by the way, because we do everything smaller in the UK because we're not as fat. This is I'd say twice the size of what that Wheatos bar would be. I'm going to start off with the packaging. I always do. I really like the packaging design on this. It's simple, it's brown, but it's a nice chocolatey brown, so it's kind of an encouraging brown, if such a term can be used to describe brown. The Cocoa Puffs logo is prominent. The bar itself looks very appealing. It's like when you see a picture of a Big Mac and you think, that looks like it might be a delicious sandwich, and then you actually get the Big Mac and it looks like a fat man sat on it. I don't think that's going to happen with this. But generally, the packaging is nice. It's good packaging. I saw it on the shelf and willingly with my own money bought 2 of them, so that must say something. So let's move on to the actual consumption of the bloody thing. Okay. So advice to people who are going to buy it and eat it later, don't just leave it on the counter, because apparently this thing will melt in room temperature. This is already, the chocolate on the underside has started to go soft, and it's starting, I don't know if you can really see, but it's limping, it's going limp. This doesn't look like the one on the packaging, so the Big Mac analogy was truer than I thought. And it does look very moist. It looks more moist than the one I had for breakfast. That's not a good thing. I realise there are people out there who don't like the word moist. I don't understand. It's a word. There's nothing inherently negative about the word moist. Why do you hate the word moist? What is wrong with you? You're a bad person. Like, on the inside. I'm actually just going to eat this thing now. I'll have another bite. Is it possible for something to be moist and dry at the same time? Is that possible? Obviously the chocolate, the actual milk chocolate, is very moist. I've actually got some chocolate on my arm. In my arm hairs, because I hit puberty recently, so my arms are just whoop, like Robin Williams. None of that's true. It is simultaneously moist and dry. The chocolate, the milk chocolate, is I guess a little bit melty, which I guess works to its advantage, but the cereal itself is kind of dry. It's like someone had left the box of Cocoa Puffs open for like 2 days, just sitting, and they'd gotten kind of that stale, dry feel to them. And then that's what they used to make the cereal, not the cereal, the bar. I don't know that there's a lot I can say about this, to be honest. I don't know that I can, there's really a lot to articulate. It doesn't particularly taste of anything. It does taste like the cereal. The chocolate's not terrible. It's not Hershey, I don't think. This is going to be a really boring episode. I'm sorry. It's just an average. It's a thing. It's sweet and it's nice, and it's not. I wouldn't describe this as breakfast. Like, just the sheer amount of chocolate that's on this thing. Do not have this for breakfast. This is not part of a balanced breakfast in any way, shape, or form. Have a Nutri-Grain bar or something. Have a Fiber One. You know, have a Fiber One after you have this, so that you know this is going to pass through your system relatively unscathed and more or less the same color on the way out as it did going in. This is unmemorable. This is plain and dull, and I admire them for trying to do something, but they've taken a chocolate cereal and gone, what can we do with a chocolate cereal? I know, let's cover it in chocolate. That's gilding the lily, you know? It's too much. It's excessive. I think that the cereal on its own could have been enough, but the need to encase it further in more chocolate, I think, is to its detriment. I'd actually 4 out of 10. I think this gets a 4 out of 10. I don't think I'm going to be buying these again. I don't think I'm going to be recommending these to anyone. It's just dull. There's nothing. There's more chocolate. Look at, there's more chocolate chip on this than cereal. It's mostly chocolate chip at this point, and that's not particularly enticing. If I want chocolate chips, I can just eat them out of the bag like a normal person and then feel immediately guilty about it. Don't buy this. It's not the worst thing in the world. A 4 out of 10 is, for American candy, respectable. I think that's not bad. But for candy on an international scale, no, this is just does not pass muster. I'm going to finish it because it's okay, but okay is not great. Okay is mediocre. This is just shy of mediocrity. I think that if they could think of something more creative to do with the cereal, it might just reach the dizzying, spellbinding, like you need an oxygen mask heights of mediocrity. I think they could do it. In the meantime, let me know what you think. Have you had this cereal bar before? What are your impressions? Are there any cereal bars that you do like that are candy-based or otherwise? Let me know. Leave a comment. What else do you want me to eat? What else do you want me to put in this general area? Just let me know, please, because I don't know anymore. That's basically it. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. I'm trying to go back to weekly for this piece of terrible YouTube material, so by all means subscribe if you'd like to see me put more terrible things in my mouth. Okay, well, so I'll see you next week with something hopefully better than this, please. Go away.